Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Zone. My name is Kathy. On October 9th, 2024, the state of Idaho responded to the defendant's motion seeking to strike the death penalty on international grounds, that it violates international treaties and based on what is going on globally with respect to the rescinding of the death penalty across the globe. The state responded with the state's objection to defendant's motion to strike notice of intent to seek death penalty on grounds of international law. If you look at page 1, the state alleges that the defendant argues that Idaho's death penalty scheme violates the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, which was ratified by the United States in 1992. This ICCPR prohibits, quote, cruel, inhumane, or degrading treatment or punishment, end quote, and prohibits arbitrary deprivation of life. However, the ICCPR also states, and we have to go to page 2 to continue, there is a selection here from that treaty. It is cited at ICCPR Part 3, Article 6, Section 2, which the state, in reading this section of ICCPR, finds, therefore, the ICCPR has not completely abolished capital punishment, i.e. the death penalty, ladies and gentlemen, but in countries that continue to allow its imposition permits capital punishment for the most serious crimes. So therefore, the state is saying that the defense has been disingenuous in stating that the international treaty abolishes capital punishment in all instances. State saying it does not by a reading of another section of that treaty. At the bottom of page 2, after citing 2 other authority, the state continues, the court should decline, that means deny, the defendant's invitation to entertain this novel and unprecedented theory and instead follow the example of another Idaho District Court that recently denied a similar motion. And here the state cites to State versus Richard Ross. Going on to page 3, which is the final page. This is a case in another court in Idaho, and the case number is provided here. So in closing, the state argues that this court should deny the defense's motion, and it is submitted 9th day of October 2024. As with all of these responses to the defendant's challenging of the death penalty, notice it's signed first by the Special Assistant Attorney General. In this case, it's Ingrid Beatty. We've seen Jeff Nye sign at least one other filing. And then behind Ms. Beatty, at the bottom of Ms. Beatty's signature, appears William W. Thompson, Jr. He is, of course, the prosecuting attorney out of Latah County, where the alleged crimes that Mr. Koberger is charged with occurred. This will now conclude this episode of the Indie Zone. As always, I want to thank you so much for your kind attention and consideration and support of this channel.